All right, so look, you seen the shit with Rico Reckless? Y'all seen any of that?
Yeah, man, I believe it.
Sitting there saying
I know the guy.
I'm glad we got you on here. So we
Buck
can talk
Jenner,
about
I believe he tucked his chain.
It's
Shout out to
alright,
Rico Reckless. I don't know him. Don't know nothing about him other than that story. I know the guy he was talking about, the details he included, that small amount of time going to the car, coming back, seeing what he saw. I know David. I believe it. On my mama.
Oh, so
what happened? Hold on, because y'all talking to code.
Rico Reckless said that he was out somewhere and he ran in the
studio.
Young Buck. He was in the studio. He ran in Young Buck, but Young Buck got tucked his chain.
Yeah.
He said he was in the studio for hours, chilling, whoop-de-whoop. He said he came there to do music with Young Buck. But, like I could believe, he said the nigga Young Buck that I know got to talking so much about how gangster he was, he got uninterested with working him. He said he came there like, this Young Buck, I'm finna work with him.
Yeah.
He said, but the nigga got to talking about how much gangster he was. He said, I didn't want to hear all that shit. I got tired. I'm like, we out of here. He said, so when we leave the studio, he said, I get to the car and like, damn, I forget my phone. He said, we been here a couple of hours, cuz. He said, I go right back to get my phone, and this nigga got a chain out that ain't been out the whole time I was there. He said, I go to the car, come back. I've been there 2 hours, chain tucked, now I'm out. It's out. So he was like a real nigga, like, nigga, you been tucking that motherfucker.
The whole time.
And you know that G and the Spinner got took in Chicago.
Yeah, for sure.
Who got it back for him? I knew that was a whole big old deal, though.
Look, y'all don't understand. Shout out to PC, my young homie from Chicago. I'm going to just say shout out to Godfather from Chicago. PC is Godfather's son. And back in those days where the chain was natural in my life, the person I told the world I spoke to was Godfather. That was the end of my connection with Godfather back then, about 4 years ago. But when I talked to Godfather back in the day, he told me this back then. He said, man, I don't gangbang no more. He said, but the way shit go in Chicago, I was such high in rank that when I go to the Chicago Bulls game, I think he said he was like 7 or 9. He said, I got a 9-year-old son. If I want to take him to a Bulls game, I got to buy 19 tickets. I don't got no choice. The way the organization is, he can't go out in public by himself. He got to buy 19 tickets of niggas to sit around him. So he would give me his introduction to who he was. That's the nigga that helped me get the chain back, whatever. But long story short, about 4 years ago, a nigga got in my DM like, hey, Spider, I just watched your interview talking about a nigga named Godfather. That's my daddy. I could get you in touch with him. He the 9-year-old nigga that
was talking about the game. Yeah.
Me and Godfather and PC was on the phone yesterday for about an hour of politics. And shout out to both of them. But and to be 100% honest, Godfather don't really want me speaking on that. The shit got a lot deeper and it got way more antennas to the story than, and it's best for me not to be steady talking about it. But I did play a part. The story ain't got, it's not far from
that's
it.
That's why you did get a shit back,
because you know the nigga 50 got a bunk story out there that the Flores twins had something to do with it. These some niggas that told on like 30 people. And they had he want the world to believe that the chain came back because the streets of Chicago was dried up from dope, and it came back. It's not true. The blacks in Chicago that run the streets of Chicago are offended that he would even insinuate that Mexicans had that much control of anything we got going on. You know how out here the Mexicans is way more prominent and got way more influence on the work situation. In Chicago, my niggas say, man, they hate the fact that that's even understood. Ain't no way in the world them two rap boys, the Flores twins, had anything to do with that chain coming back. To be honest with you, I don't know who they paid, but it was $30,000 paid for that chain. There was no diamonds in it. And I found out then that there was no diamonds in it. We was told that
all gold?
I believe it was all gold, but the stones wasn't what they was.
They had diamonds in it, but it just wasn't real diamonds.
There you go.
All right, because
Morselite's lab made type shit.
For a nigga that paid $30,000 though.
But they did it. They did it allegedly. They did it for the relationship with dude. They was trying to tap in with dude.
Yeah.
So
there had to be more to that, like just.
And that's why I'm not at liberty to go into details because
there's more to that.
There you go.
Why that happened.
There you go.
I get what you're saying.
I gotta ask this though, as a nigga that grew up on G-Unit, you fuck with anybody from G-Unit still? Like, you got a relationship with anybody over there?
Man, you know, the only person I can just say I have a relationship with, and it's only through him being on platform speaking my name favorably, is Tony Yayo. Haven't had direct communication with him in quite some time, since like 2018. But I remember back then, he was like, it may have been a little earlier than that, but he was the last person that was still telling me, yo, I'ma holla at son. I got you, son. Spider, And then but he never was able to give me a communication that made any sense. And then he stopped being, accessible. But I don't have a relationship with nobody from them days, except like Coach PR and people who are on the outskirts. No people that everybody would know. None of them names. Nah. It's real weird though, because I thought I had developed some bonds that would transcend the business. You see the tattoo? I ain't never no goofy nigga. I may have did a goofy move every now and then, but by the time I did this, you must know, I thought it was real player. So I was shocked to see as soon as whatever his mind frame changed, I seen a whole community change as if they got a memo or something.